28th day of our self-reflection. And it brings the question of how can we take responsibility for our mistakes and accomplishments to let go and move forward. So with that, we have two cards here actually. And these two cards bring forth the message of the first one here is co-create, and it means creativity, inspiration, manifestation, right? So that goes in hand with our accomplishments. And though we may not consider ourselves a creative person, maybe you do, but every moment of your existence, you're creating your own reality. And so we have to take responsibility for that. We have to be more mindful and more conscious of the creations we're manifesting each and every day. So maybe, right now, you may not view your life as an art form, but try to do that. Know that you co-create it. Know that as you live in a more conscious state, that beauty and grace and magic will surface and be more apparent to you as you move through that experience. Be open to new ideas. Maybe even take some time to do some mirror work where you look at yourself in the mirror and just see yourself. Just look at who you are, who you've become, where you've been. Be open to the new possibilities that you have before you. Maybe even as you sit and meditate and reflect on this, flashes of inspiration will come to you. Maybe there's something creative that you've been working through or thinking about, and now is the time to move forward with that. But make sure, right, that you're not trying too hard to create everything you desire. Take that first step, and then tomorrow take the next first step, and continue to take those steps one at a time. Be mindful in your motions. Be mindful in your actions, your thoughts. Don't allow yourself to become overwhelmed, because then you may have this feeling of giving in. It's too big. It's too much for you. You don't want to see it through. And that's not taking responsibility. That's bypassing your gifts. That's bypassing your potential. Then we also have observer. And I think that goes really, really well with the co-create, because with the observer, it is what it sounds like, right? It's the perspective, it's objectivity, observations. And so most of us see life through our own experiences. We identify with our feelings. And sometimes we get caught up in the fact that that's the only reality, when in fact everybody else has their own perspectives, their own experiences. And so it's very important at this time for us to separate from what we've been doing and look at it from a new perspective. Maybe it's a new project. Maybe it's a relationship. Maybe it's, something at work. And so it's really important to take this time to connect to the very essence of what you're trying to achieve, right? Your goals, your aspirations. And not be connected to one specific outcome, because a lot of times things don't turn out exactly the way we thought they would. We know what we want, we know what our end game is, what we're hoping for, but sometimes we just got to keep taking those first steps, go with emotions, and then when we look up at the end, we realize that how we got there doesn't even resemble how we thought we'd get there. It's just time to observe and be mindful of what we're creating. So, when it comes to that question, how do we take responsibility for mistakes? Well, how did those mistakes come about? Were we not being observant? Were we not being mindful? And for our accomplishments, be proud of that shit. Take responsibility for what you've achieved, because now you can achieve even more through the appreciation of what you've done. So, have a wonderful day 28, and I'll catch you tomorrow.